Crypto moves in seconds. Miss the pump, lose forever. BitProfits never sleeps.
With thousands of members winning daily.
While you hesitate, we profit. Join the elite now.
All right, guys, welcome back to the BitProfits VIP meeting. Today is Friday, December 19th. We are just a few days away from Christmas, guys. This year seems like it has zoomed by, and we are just a few days from 2026. So, new year, new money, fresh start. If you're new to crypto, if you've just stumbled across our channel, welcome. We wish you a warm 2025 welcome. And just tap in. Go and look at our content, review some of our old videos, look at some of our trade ideas. We are price action traders. If you're wondering, what is a price action trader? Well, a price action trader is somebody who looks at the relationship between candlesticks and key levels of support and resistance. Okay, so welcome. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. We will always start with Bitcoin and do our top-down analysis. So let's go ahead. Let's jump to the 4 hour and see what we see. We've gotten wiki over the last couple hours. You see, we have had resistance here at this 88K. We tried to wick through it, but we cannot close over that 88K. We'll wick through it, come back and close under it within that 4 hours. We tried it again, wick through it, close underneath it, and we're kind of slow grinding upwards. Volume is decreasing. We're heading into the weekend. So we had a nice day yesterday. We had the massive sell off. We had a massive sell off yesterday, and then today we have kind of been grinding up. So that's the 4 hour. The 1 hour, you'll see we've kind of been consolidating in this range of between 86 and 88K Bitcoin. We've kind of been consolidating, but still we've been holding VWAP. We've been over VWAP. We just got an MA cross here on the hourly. So we probably just have to see how this materializes over the next few hours. We do have volume starting to taper off as we're going into the weekend. You can see a clear decline over the last as all the brokerages kind of shut down for the weekend. You see a clear decrease in volume. So that'll let you know probably going to start ranging, start consolidating. So just be mindful of that. Probably should size down. And 5 minute, we kind of see this decreasing channel on the 5 minute. Let me draw my trend line here. Kind of see almost like a wedge. So maybe this might be the breakout. Might be the breakout. Volume kind of picking up a little bit. We just overtook VWAP. We had a retest here on VWAP. So let's see how that plays out. I don't like that we're right around 50 RSI. Don't love that. But yeah, let's just see if that breaks out, if that volume will pick up or not. But that's kind of what I see on Bitcoin. Start of a new trading day here. What time is it? It's 8:30. Start of a new trading day. So let's just see how if we pick up if volume picks up, or if we can kind of break that and retest that 90K level. We did have a massive, we just had this massive rejection here at 90K, and wick all the way down to 85K retest, and you'll see that this has been the critical over the last week. This has been a critical support level, that 85K. So let's just see if we can maybe retest that 90K. We had such a hard rejection. Let's see if we can retest that over the next, maybe Monday. I mean, we'll probably consolidate for the next big move. Let me look at FLOKI real quick. I'm in a FLOKI trade. I'll update you guys on my FLOKI trade. 4 hour, you see we've been grinding up. We had a massive sell-off the other day. Was that yesterday? We had a massive sell-off. We had support here. Let me mark my support. We had that support there on FLOKI. We bounced off of that. We had a nice clean bounce. And then we had this resistance level. We tried to, let me go down to a lower time frame so you can see it better. But yeah, we had a nice clean bounce off of that support of 37.71. and hourly. Yeah. So you'll see how many times over the last couple hours we have retested this resistance. Let's count the touches of this resistance. One, two, three, four. It flipped resistance, turned it as support here, but then failed it. So one, two, three, four, five, six. And now we start to break down as we could never really. We did have a break and hold above this, but then over the next hour, this was supposed to retest, and then this candle was supposed to keep going. But it failed. I would say it failed the retest here. It failed. It passed the retest, but the next candle, this is where you stop out. Once it breaks down, if you're looking at the hourly, here was a break and hold, a retest. You want to enter the trade for a long, you want to enter it here. Because it failed, you don't want to take a long. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. As price action, right? We want to break and close over resistance. We want to flip resistance to support. We did that. We did that here. We did that here. But because you want to get in on the retest, so cool. You could take this entry as a long, but when it breaks down and now it closes again underneath that resistance, that's not. And look at the volume tapering off. Volume is decreasing. That's not bullish. Okay. So that's actually a sign of like a reversal. Okay. And now you can kind of see here on the hourly, like we are underneath VWAP, which is another bearish sign. The black dots is VWAP. We kind of see the MAs, you see the 9 and 21 starting to kind of converge on one another. They're not diverging apart, they're getting closer. So here you saw a MA cross and they were below the candlesticks, which is bullish. That's a sign of an uptrend. Now you see that the candlesticks are you see that the MAs are like kind of getting closer and they're about to cross, we're kind of anticipating it, but that's a sign of, and then you see volume decreasing. You see that the RSI is kind of, heading downward. So that's just kind of showing you that momentum is changing, it could start to trend downward. Okay. We had resistance. We have kind of respected this as resistance. We had so many touches on that as resistance. So that is why I'll just kind of update you guys really quickly. That's why you see I'm in a short on FLOKI. Can you guys see my screen still?
Yeah, I see different.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm in the FLOKI short. You see my entry was 41.46, and mind you, they pull from a different brokerage, but that's kind of why I entered the trade. It was it was on this breakdown. It was on this rejection of the resistance. It was 41.46 or 41.50. It was like right here. It was on that one. So that's why I entered the trade, and you see it start to play out. That's why I'm in that FLOKI short. Okay. Any community coins you guys want to look at?
No, I don't have one.
Okay, okay. You guys say, oh, do they live trade in BitProfits? Man, I might enter another. I might add on this position. Let me go to the 5 minute. Yeah, we see on the 5 minute, we had our MA cross here. We are below VWAP. We are holding the MAs, almost using them as trendline support. We're getting close to that 30 RSI. So you see a nice clear downtrend here with lower lows and lower highs on FLOKI. So that's why I took that play, right? But like I said, I'm taking it because of that failed. Yeah, that failed. We did kind of we tried to close above it. We even retested that 42.15 resistance level, but we just started, volume started to taper off. We just could not close above it. So we are working our way down, and I think it's going to keep going down. I probably will lock in some profits on that.